first half.
Just 8 games left after tonight for Detroit. The magic number coming into today is 5 to clinch the 1 seed. Boston is number 2 in the East standings as Thompson breaks up that lob attempt by DiVincenzo to Gobert. Jenkins with a tough pass, another Detroit turnover.
Yeah, he just wait quite long enough. Jalen Duren was running about as hard as he could. Jenkins just delivered that a half a count too soon, or that's an easy dunk.
Duren had 4 points in just 12 minutes played in the first half. Randall puts up a 3 and can't knock it down. Gobert an offensive rebound. Randall's 2 for 10, 0 of 3 from behind the arc. Conley's 3, no good. 5 of 25, 20% from behind the arc for Minnesota, 27% for Detroit.
And 9 for 40 combined. I mean, and a lot of these are good looks. These are 2 good defensive teams, and both teams are playing hard, but they have had clean 3-point looks. Question is, which team's going to get hot from out there at some point? Could be the difference in the game.
Jenkins missed the bank shot. He's 1 of 8. And he's been red hot with Cunningham out of the lineup. Shannon's shot almost rolled. Would be starting for the injured Anthony Edwards, but Dosunmu is out as well.
Since he came into the league, he was an elite defender from the beginning with all of that size and length on the perimeter, but he has turned himself into a very consistent corner 3-point shooter and can even now take you off the dribble a little bit.
He had 25 points against the Rockets, but had to leave late in the game due to a knee issue that's got him out today. Hard screen by Duren. Boy, that has to hurt when he comes in and screens you. Meanwhile, Thompson soars for the putback.
And he's one of those guys, you've got to go out and meet him and chip on him because he has a running start from the 3-point line. He is very difficult to keep off the glass.
Shannon missed the layup. Detroit looking to run. Catch and shoot. Robinson got a 3.
I love that play by Tobias Harris because he's had a hot start to the night. He had a shot he could have taken, but he realizes there's an even better shooter 1 pass away.
And then Randall lost the ball, turns it over. Thompson gets to the rim and puts it in.
Right now he wants his team to cut this run, guys.
Katie, I love that spotlight on a player that I genuinely consider one of the most underrated guards in the league during his time in the league. Now at 38 years old, as she said, a different role, but smart and tough and a winner, and there you see a leader.
When he was out of the rotation, as DiVincenzo pulls the trigger and swishes through a 3-pointer, Chris Finch, the head coach for Minnesota, said it's one of the hardest decisions of his coaching career. He actually called it a crime against humanity for having to keep Mike Conley out of the rotation, but he's back. Started the last 2 games. Shot clock down to 7. Thompson, who scored 4 points in about 40 seconds after not scoring in the first half. And Tobias Harris turns it over and immediately grabs the back of his right leg. Randall on the other end, underneath, and Gobert is fouled. Jenkins commits his 3rd foul. Gobert misses the free throw. His first miss. And he missed them both. 3 minutes gone by. 3rd quarter, Detroit leading by 8. Minnesota in a battle with Detroit in Houston, trying to get to the 4 spot and get home court in the first round of the NBA playoffs. They're right now tied in the loss column with Denver for 4th as Thompson hits again.
Well, it worked out for the Pistons, but Tobias Harris missed Thompson initially wide open as both defenders went with Duncan Robinson, but they stayed with it, and he used his size that time for a little post-up.
He's got 6 points. He averages 10. DiVincenzo with the hot hand buries another 3.
He's had an interesting night. I feel like he's made the tougher ones with a defender in his proximity, and he's missed the better looks that he's had. But overall, trying to make his impact, and he's capable of going off and having a big quarter at any time.
Duren downhill, swatted by Gobert. Conley looking to push pace. Got DiVincenzo on the weak side. Randall gives it up, now sets the screen. DiVincenzo can't get that one to fall. He's now 4 of 11 from 3. He's got a game-high 17 points. His team back within 7. Harris penetrates and scores as Gobert tried to block another one but couldn't.
Yeah, that was really difficult shot because Gobert looked like he had that thing timed up, but Tobias Harris able to go to the left and put it high on the glass.
His first points of the second half. Conley for 3, no good. Detroit ball. Down court is Duren, and he slams it through. Jenkins. Lead back to 11. Detroit led by as many as 13 in that first half. Randall on the back down. Goes through the lane. That was a tough shot. And he's 2 for 11.
And he's got to score in that situation. If they're going to play him one-on-one with Tobias Harris, he needs to keep his dribble and get a better shot than that. That's a difficult fadeaway when he has...
Since midway through the third. Harris has 13 to pace Detroit. Reed off the bench with 10. Here's Naz Reed, and Reed gets his second field goal. Reed averages 14 points per game, just 4, though, here today. Harris drives again and scores again on the left side of the rim.
It's 2 in a row, going to that left hand, one over Gobert. That time over Naz Reed, who was right with him.
Gobert attacking, blocked by Duren. And out
On the left side of his body, he gets 2 in a row to go in that direction.
Robinson around the Duren screen, keeps the dribble. Thompson leaning in, goes to the left hand, missed the shot. Rebounded by DiVincenzo. Thompson's such an excellent defender. DiVincenzo knew he had to hustle to avoid the 8-second backcourt violation. And now Thompson called for the foul, reaching in, trying to score.
That are capable, but Naz Reed struggling. DiVincenzo turning it around. Bones Highland is the other guy. The way he's played lately, needs to get himself going in this quarter.
He's only taken 3 shots. Clark misses. Jenkins has it, splits the double team, and gets the layup. Pretty play by Danis Jenkins. Second-year pro out of St. John's, who played at 4 colleges, finished with the Red Storm and Rick Pitino. Didn't sign a standard contract until February, and he's been one of their better players. 5 minutes to play in the third, and the Pistons have matched their largest lead of the day at 13. Trying to get win number 54 on the season. Herter flips it up, missed the shot, out of bounds. Timberwolves ball. Detroit will head to Oklahoma City after this to play the Thunder on Monday. 5 of their final 8 games are on the road as they try to wrap up the 1 seed in the East for the first time since 2007. They've already clinched a playoff spot. Made the playoffs last year for the first time since 2019. They haven't won a series since 2008. Highland had to put that up.
Is relentless, and you saw it on that possession. The pursuit, the pressure. Nobody's catching the ball with any space, and then they play through the shot clock.
Herter backdoor, couldn't get the handle. And now Duren has it blocked by Gobert. And they're saying it was touched last by Duren, so it's Minnesota ball. We talked about the issues in the second quarter for Detroit having more turnovers than field goals. That's what Minnesota's doing here in the third. Just 3 baskets and 4 turnovers. They work it around the horn. Reed driving baseline. Euro blocked. Got it back. Goes up and puts it in, plus a foul. Well, we certainly know they're capable of a comeback, as they scored the final 15 points of overtime after trailing by 13. It's the largest overtime comeback win of the play-by-play era, going back to 1997. That was on Wednesday against Houston. They're down 11 here. Shot clock at 3. LeVert has to put it up, and rainbows that one on the rim. No good. Duren battling underneath. Gobert took a shot.
For me, that's a situation I think you let them play on. That's 2 centers battling for position. There's going to be a lot of contact on that.
Shot clock at 4. Sasser sees it, drives as Randall's back on the floor. Holland hits a 3 with the shot clock running out. And he's only a 22% three-point shooter.
But to his credit, he continues to try to work on it. He still will take the open ones. Sar Thompson basically now turning those down altogether. And that's no other way to expand your game than...
Randall just 2 for 11, 0 for 3 from 3. Gets the first free throw. We have with 8 games left for the best record in the NBA.
Gotta feel like this is a big 3 minutes right here for Minnesota. You're down 12, closing out this quarter. You need stops and make a few shots here so you feel better that you're within striking distance going into that fourth quarter. But more importantly, you just need to see your offense have some momentum.
Holland downhill, flies to the rim, and flushes it. So 5 quick points for him. Top 5 pick in 2024. He's just 20 years old. Anderson passed Herter. Got caught underneath the goal. Now it's Naz Reed. Holland right in his grill. Randall puts it on the deck. Got Duren off his feet, and that's 4 on Jalen Duren. Picked up 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes of the game.